Hi students, welcome to the Social Science online class. Today we are going to see Unit 1 Interior of the Earth Part 2. So in the previous Part 1 we clearly seen about interior of the Earth, right? So in the class we are going to discuss the Earth movements. Before going to the topic, we are going to know about what is lithosphere and what is asthenosphere. Okay, so first we'll see what is lithosphere. The lithosphere includes the crust and the uppermost mantle. Okay, so lithosphere includes crust. Crust we know that is the surface of the earth, and the uppermost mantle. Mantle, that is the second classification of the earth, right? So lithosphere includes crust and the uppermost mantle. Okay, next, what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the part of mantle. Okay, and also already we know barysphere, that is the core part, that is the another name of core. Core is the third classification of the earth, right? So you can remember like this: the center point core, that is barysphere, and the next part is atmosphere. Okay, that is the part of mantle. Okay, and the surface of the earth, that is crust, and crust and the uppermost mantle includes lithosphere. Okay, now we'll see the earth movements. The lithosphere is broken into a number of plates known as the lithospheric plates. So just now we had seen what is lithosphere, right? So that lithosphere is broken into number of pieces. So that pieces is called plates. Okay, so number of plates, that is named as lithospheric plates. Okay. So next, so this is happen in the surface of the crust, right? So the crust have continental and oceanic. So the plates may be the oceanic plates or continental plates. They move independently over the asthenosphere. So atmosphere is the next part. The atmosphere is the part of mantle, right? So these plates are independently over the atmosphere. Okay, so this movement is termed as tectonic movements. This is the movement called as tectonic movements. Okay, so these plates are moved in different directions and different speed. Okay, at different speeds, so they move different directions with different speed. Okay, so at places, these places move away from each other. So at places, so some places it move away from each other. Some places these plates are come closer and collide. Okay, so come closer. Sometimes it is in it both are in opposite directions. Sometimes the plates are meet together and that collide, the crash will happen. Okay, based on the plate meets, sometimes the mountains, that volcanic mountains or thrust or fold will originate. For example, the oceanic plate collides with continental plate means volcanic mountains will originate at the edge of continental plate. Okay, that will occur at the edge of continental plate, and also thrust formed in between the two plate. Okay, and also if two continental plates are converge, in the sense fold may be created. Okay, some fold created. So in this is the fold reason for the big mountains like Himalayas. Okay, so because of this folds, like big range of Himalaya mountains will be formed. Okay, in this diagram we can get clear idea about the plate collides. Okay, first see, this is the oceanic plate, this is the continental plate. These two are collide in the sense some volcanic mountain will originate. Okay, see this is the volcanic mountains, and also in between the two plates thrust is originated, right? So this is the oceanic plate and continental plate collide. Next, see this picture. Both are continental plate. Okay, these collides, some fold will happening. So this is the fold, like example of Himalayas. Okay, so why this collide happening? So why the movement of this collide is happening? Because of some forces. Okay, so some outside forces. So that forces is called two types. That is endogenic forces and exogenic forces. Okay, so endogenic forces act in the interior of the earth. Interior in the sense the inside of the earth, endogenic force. So this force produce sudden movements. Okay, and exogenic forces work on the surface of the earth. So surface means that crust area. It's happened. So this is the very slow. It produces slow movements. Okay, so endogenic forces only produce the earthquakes and volcanics. So this case mass destruction over the surface of the earth. Okay, this is the reason for that endogenic forces. Okay, next we are going to know about what is earthquake. We'll see the definition. The sudden movement of a portion of the earth crust which produces shaking or trembling is known as an earthquake. So what is earthquake, students? The sudden movement of a surface of the crust, okay, the portion of the earth crust which is produces shaking or trembling is known as earthquake. Okay, so earthquake means we have to know these three terms, which is focus, epicenter, seismic waves. Okay, see this picture, students. Here, where is it focus? It's here, right? This point, this is the point, is called focus, and this point where the vibration is started. Okay, that starting point is called focus. Actually, this is our earth. This green part is the land portion. Okay, so these are the land portions. Here is the starting point of the earthquake, that is called focus. Okay, and the point earth surface directly above the focus. So that point of the earth directly the above portion is called epicenter. Okay, the direct point of the focus is called epicenter. This is the land place which the earthquake is occurred, that place. Okay, and the starting point is called focus. Okay, and the waves are originated, right? These waves are called seismic waves. These are the waves called seismic waves. Okay, so now we'll see the definition. The point where vibrations originated is called the focus of the earthquake. So we already seen that picture, right? And the point of the earth's surface directly above the focus is called the epicenter of the earthquake. Okay, next, from the focus the earthquake vibrations travel in different directions, right? So different direction in the waves, like the waves. So that waves are called seismic waves. Next, the earthquake waves are recorded by the instrument. Okay, that instrument is called seismograph. Okay, this is that machine. Okay, they used to record that. And also the magnitude of the earthquake is measured by the Richter scale. Okay, Richter scale. So that is used to measure the volume, or that is a scale used to measure that earthquake. Okay, and the numbers on the scale range from 0 to 9. 0 is there is no earthquake. Okay, 0 to 9. So remember this. Next we'll see causes of earthquake. So here given 4 reasons. First one is the sudden slipping of the portion of the earth's crust, the surface crust sudden slipping. So that is the first reason. And the second reason is earth under movement of the rocks. So earth under have lot of rocks, that molten rocks, right? So that movement have some strains, means the earthquake will happen. And the third thing is sometimes the surface of the earth itself cracked. So the earth sometimes crack will happen, right? So that is the third reason. And the main earth quick causes volcanic activity. So if the volcano is there, that region must have a earthquake. Okay, so that is the major reason for that. Next we'll see efforts of earthquake. So if one place earthquake happened, it affords lot of things. Okay, we'll see what they are. Earthquakes may cause changes in the earth's surface. The surface is totally changed, right? The landslides in mountains regions. So if the mountain regions means that land slides will happen. And if the city side, the falling of buildings, the buildings are fully fall down, and the fire will happen because the buildings full of electronic cables, right? So the fire will happen, and the underground water system is naturally disturbed. So earthquake may also affect the underground water system. Okay, so these are the efforts of earthquake, students. So that's all about the today class. Thank you.